This morning I'm sitting down with Bert Peck and Konami Evertson to talk about what worship means to them and the value they find in being present every week in our 1015 worship celebration. Tell me, what does it mean to you to be in worship every week?
Means to me that we're in God's house. And the people that we see and meet and associate with, the music, and your sermon, which I enjoy tremendously because I've never been in a church where the minister don't use some sort of notes. And I was very, very impressed. And I have been in a few different churches.
Yes.
Anyway, this is then the serving and taking communion. Very strong.
When you were active, Konami, you were baptized when Mike Chamberlain was here.
Yes.
And you guys became involved then. You were in worship every week at that time.
Oh, yes.
Yes.
But then had to step away for a while. Talk about that time away from worship, if you could.
Well, I became very conscientious of having to use a walker to get around. And I just didn't feel comfortable about coming in. And so then after we watched the live stream for a while, we talked, and she said that, we need to be back in church. And she said Easter Sunday would be a good starting place. And we've started, and we plan on being in this place every week.
Thanks. Konami, what has it meant to you to be back?
Well, on Sunday, come to church. It means feel like I'm a little bit more closer to God. And being Japanese, I don't know too awful lot about Christianity. So I'm able to learn a little bit each week. That helps me to grow with, Christianity. So that's really looking forward to every Sunday. Like I told you before, some sermons really hits my own life, and that able to remember those sermons, and accordingly, I can go on to that week.
What advice do you have for other people who are struggling to make the time for worship regularly?
I think you just have to make it. I mean, you can't say, oh, I have time, next time maybe I have time, I go. I don't think that's going to work. You gotta make time. And yes, I still work off and on, and I got a lot of things to do, take care of my house, and I have to do everything myself. But if you make it time, you promise yourself that you're gonna go there, and you can do it. So people that having a problem, they need to make committed to yourself at least 1 hour a Sunday, And I think that's to be a real Christian. Give your time to worship God.
Thanks. How about you, Bert? What advice would you give for people struggling to make it to worship regularly?
Well, we make time to have our meals, and so why don't we take that hour a week and make time for God and be in His house? And so that it's just like I said, you eat, you make time for that. You make time to give yourself an hour a week at least with God in God's house.